Good morning, guys. Today is finally the very much awaited day to get my injections, and it's also my birthday. So it'll be a very chill and hopefully positive day. This has been coming for a while now. If you've watched my first back introduction Rebuilding Me series video, then you have the whole backstory of what has finally gotten me to this moment. I'm getting injections in both L4, L5 in the facets and L5 S1, as well as my piriformis muscles on both sides. So I believe it's 6. I could be wrong and it could be 4 if it's just one injection per facet. I will let you guys know once I come out of it, and I'm super excited. So I'll check back in throughout the day as well as post injections. So wish me luck. All right, guys, we are 15 minutes away from having to go get the injections. And this morning didn't really go as planned. We ended up having to go change out my back brace that I had bought yesterday because when I tried it on this morning, I realized that it was squeezing the life out of me and squeezing my organs way too much. And it was definitely way too small. So I had to go exchange that for a larger number. And then after that, the back specialist actually let me know that he wanted to see me before the injections. So I went to his office. Unfortunately, had to wait over an hour, which is always one of the most frustrating parts about going to any doctor's appointment. If you know, you know. He did a few more manual tests and he actually drew a few things on my back so that he is a little bit better prepared for my appointment. He gave me an antibiotic to take now with my light lunch because I am going to be laying down on my stomach for God knows how long, probably 40 minutes to maybe even an hour. So that'll be interesting because I am a chronic person that needs to go to the bathroom every 3 seconds. So the thought of not being able to move while on my stomach for that long is not the most pleasant thing to think about, but everything's going to be fine. We're still keeping good, positive vibes, still feeling very optimistic, and just glad to really be getting this over with. Oh, that's my dad calling me. I gotta go. But next time I see you guys, it'll be post injections, and I'll see you then.
2,000 years later.
We made it. It's the day after the injections. And as you can see, I'm in a pretty good mood, which means things went pretty well. Right now, I'm just at home. I'm going to show you guys my backyard. This has nothing to do with the video. The patio is a little bit bland just because my parents are going to be doing some renovations to the house. But regardless, going back to the injections, the process was long. We got there at like 1:50 and we went to the back. We started filling out any paperwork. And as we're finalizing all of that, I can hear my name being called from the hallway. So I didn't even get a chance to really say bye to my parents or for them to wish me good luck or give me a hug or anything. It was all happening really fast. They pulled me back into the room. I'll try to include, I took a little bit of footage, obviously not too much since I wasn't really going to be able to film anything that was going on, but they took me in, and the way that he did the injections is that he would put me into what's called a tomografia machine. I'll try to put the translation in English. I had to lay on my stomach with my arms crossed right above my head so that I could go in and out of the machine, and I had to stay still for the whole entire time. I don't know why these beds don't have a circle because I was slobbering all over myself, and I kid you not, 10 seconds in, I already had my right arm that was literally falling asleep on me, and my muscles were starting to tense up. My jaw was hurting, and I was like, how the F am I going to survive being in this position if I am 3 minutes in and I'm literally already dying? But I meditated. I did all the different meditations that I know, and that obviously helped, but it was definitely a struggle. The first, I want to say 20 to 30 minutes, I didn't even get any injections. It was him and the technician putting me in, taking me out, doing the measurements on my back. And that itself lasted, I want to say 30 minutes. And in my head, I was like, for the love of God, please let's get to the injections because we haven't gotten to the injections yet. And I'm literally dying. I want to be able to move my neck. But he was fantastic. He was walking me through everything that he was doing, which was extremely reassuring. If you know, it can be very intimidating to be in a situation like that when you get a doctor that doesn't explain anything and you have no idea what the next thing that they're going to do is. So I really, really appreciate when a medical professional takes a little bit more of an empathetic approach and lets you know what's going on. But after we finally got all the markings done, then we proceeded with the injections. We actually started on my left piriformis. And also, sorry if I'm moving around a lot. I'm just testing it out, trying to keep my body a little bit in motion. And the way that it worked is that he would inject the needle in, then I would go back into the machine, come back out, then he would inject it in further. And honestly, I lost track of how many times, but I want to say that per injection, it was 3 to 4 times of going a little bit deeper each time. And they would check to make sure that they were going into the right trajectory. And then we moved up to my vertebrae and we did the same thing on both sides, going in, feeling it, obviously, going in further, feeling it, going in further. You get the point. It was almost never ending. Some definitely hurt more than others. For some reason, when we did my right side, I had a little bit of like a body spasm. He also was checking in on me and letting me know to please let him know if I was feeling any tingling in my leg. But overall, finally, when everything was done, he let me know that I did great, that he was so surprised that I didn't move anything the whole time. And I told him, I was like, I tried to go somewhere else mentally and I meditated for this whole hour, but I kid you not, I cannot feel my arms. And then he had me sit for a bit before I moved anything, made sure that my blood pressure was okay and that I wasn't feeling queasy or anything. My mom helped me get dressed because I couldn't bend forward or do any like quick motions. She put my shoes on for me. Shout out to my mom and my dad. Thank you so much for being so supportive. I can't imagine what it must feel like to be in these situations or do something like that if you don't have a support system. And I am so grateful. And if you have a support system too, this is just a reminder to always tell the people in your life thank you and how much you appreciate them, because you can sometimes take it for granted and not communicate it. And I think that that is so important, especially in moments like this. But I got dressed. They took me out in a wheelchair. I also put on my back brace that I told you guys that I had bought. And then I was wheelchaired out for the first time in my life. He also showed me all the images. I'll try to include them here as well. The actual facets and the needles themselves. In some images, you can see the whole needle more clearly than in others, just based on how the imaging was done. It is literally so crazy to look at. And like, ugh, he let me know to check in with him in the next 3 hours, just what to expect. Again, what to take, just some anti-inflammatories to make sure that I stayed on my back in complete rest for the first 3 to 4 hours, which side note, as I've said, it was my birthday when I was getting these injections. So I told my family members that were here that I wasn't going to do anything crazy, that whoever wanted to come, drink some mate with some facturas, which are pastries, and just sing happy birthday and have a delicious cake that my mom and her best friend made for me. Once again, a shout out to my mom. She is the best. She made me a gluten-free, even though I'm not a celiac, I try to eat more gluten-free just because it feels better to me, but she made me an orange chocolate gluten-free cake that we also put like an orange layer in the middle, as well as a blueberry layer, and then some dulce de leche all around with some broken down alfajores. So a very, very, very bizarre mix, but it was absolutely delicious. Everybody loved it. It was very chill. I literally was laying down like a corpse with my family drinking mate and just chatting, and it was really nice. I personally just love situations like that, even more so than doing any huge party, but that's just my personality. And that's been day one. I'm feeling good. As you can see, I'm now walking around. Yesterday, I didn't move, but I'm walking around a little bit, testing things out, taking it easy. I have a therapy session tomorrow morning, and then it's going to be the weekend. So obviously, I'll probably just go on some light walks. You can see here, I made a makeshift standing desk with a box so that I'm not sitting for long periods of time. This is also your sign that you just got to work with what you got. You know, I don't have a standing desk here like I do at home. And I've found that standing, especially now that I've gotten the injections, is a lot better than sitting and putting pressure on my low back. And we're going to be working from that. I truly still believe that this is going to be the start of rebuilding me 2.0. I have so much more knowledge and so much more appreciation, ironically, for my body and everything that it does for me, as should you. Whether you're injured or you're not injured, there is so much that we take for granted. And this has been a huge lesson for me. And I can't wait to see myself evolve and share it with you guys. And also, please share your experiences if you've ever dealt with anything like this, or what has worked for you. Has physical therapy worked for you? Have you tried deep core work? I don't know, anything that you want to share and that you feel comfortable with sharing, I would love to read it in the comments. And I'll see you in the next check-in.